going to be a missing icon and space in our lives for quite a while. It's heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking is a word being said a lot today after flames ripped through Harrisburg's historic Broad Street Market overnight. Everyone wants to know how and why this happened as vendors in the community come to grips with the loss. Our live team coverage starts right now.
Now, live from your local news source, this is ABC 27 News at noon.
Good afternoon, I'm James Crummell. We begin with the early morning fire that destroyed half of the historic Broad Street Market in Harrisburg. Many questions remain as people start to view the devastation for themselves. Our Taylor Toshef begins our team coverage. She's live in Harrisburg at the scene with the latest. Good afternoon, Taylor.
Good afternoon, James. We are waiting on an update from officials. We're told that could be happening sometime this afternoon. And right now, the question everyone wants to know is what caused this fire? Behind me, this is the building that was damaged. This is the brick building here at Broad Street Market, the one closest to 6th Street. That is where the fire happened this morning. Crews got here just before 1 o'clock in the morning. A majority of the brick building was on fire. Half of the building closest to 6th Street is destroyed and without a roof. The other half still has significant damage, but part of that roof is still intact. After crews put the fire out, they stayed here to mop up hot spots, and now they're focused on the investigation. Caution tape remains up, but vendors were able to go inside and take what they could from their businesses. I spoke to one woman who has been an employee here for 7 years. Another man we spoke to said he's been coming here every week to grocery shop. A lot of people in this community rely on the market.
I couldn't process it. And it's been a lot of grief. But I've since had nothing but phone calls and messages, people looking to help in any way they can. And this community is amazing.
We're here every week. We do a lot of our shopping here and in the neighborhood. I was totally shocked.
And James, out here, the door is slightly open here at the brick building, and you can peek inside and see the damage left behind. A lot of the stuff inside is burned, and you can see the impact that this fire had on the community. A lot of people coming out, standing along the caution tape right now, taking pictures and looking for themselves the damage that was left behind. And I spoke to one employee who works in the other building. He said the vendors here in this brick building have been like friends and family to him. We'll hear more from him coming up at 12:30. But for now, live in Harrisburg, Taylor Toshef, ABC 27 News.
Taylor, I know it is very early, but as you just mentioned, this is just a big loss for this community. Have many of the people, maybe the vendors or any of the people that you've spoken to out there today, said anything about rebuilding?
James, I asked that woman that you just heard from that same question, what comes next after this? She really didn't have an answer for that. She said right now they're really just assessing the damage, trying to take what they can, salvage what they can from their businesses, and then hopefully moving on from there. But she said the community has been behind them already. We're just a few hours into this, and already the community has been standing behind them. So I can only imagine that will continue as we learn more about what caused this fire and the rebuilding process. James.
Taylor Toshef live there in Harrisburg. Thank you very much. Taylor talked about impact, and this fire is taking a huge toll on the community. Those who live nearby or frequent the market tell us it's like losing someone they love. Kayla Schmidt continues our team coverage from Harrisburg.
A 12:57 a.m. dispatch call.
For the ones that's been here and grew up here, this is a landmark it hurts to see it gone.
Fire and flames.
It's very, very sad, the loss of business for all of them and the loss of community for everybody who patronizes all of their businesses. It's going to be very, very sad for a long time.
Brought the surrounding Harrisburg community to Broad Street Market in the early hours of Monday morning.
You don't know what you got until it's gone, and this hurts. This hurts so bad, man. This is our home.
Half of the eastern building of Broad Street Market destroyed. Neighbors and the community devastated.
As a little girl, I was brought here every day. I lived over here on William Street. I just hope this is accidental.
A heartbreaking scene. The late 1800s building that used to stand tall and welcome hundreds, now in disarray. Memories and history burning with it.
They can rebuild it, but it'll never be the same. This is a historical building, this will never be the same, ever.
But nothing, this community says, can keep them shaken. Although that's the only emotion to describe right now.
This structure can be rebuilt, but it is a historic part of the city, and I'm a little concerned about how much renovations we can do or how much rebuilding we can do.
James, those neighbors you just heard from are just the ones that live here in Harrisburg. For all, it is extremely upsetting. Now, this is a developing story, and we will keep you updated on air and online at abc27.com. Reporting in Harrisburg, Kayla Schmidt, ABC 27 News.
Our thanks to Kayla for that.